Hello everybody! I know y'all probably wondering about that super serious Amazon video. Click on it, watch it, and hey, go ahead and just go through with it. But hey, we're back with our regularly scheduled programming. And do not worry, we're gonna get to Avengers Endgame soon. Megan, my brother, and myself, we haven't had a chance to go see it. We will be seeing it Sunday. We're gonna have a review as soon as we get out of there, because I know we're gonna have a lot that we're gonna want to talk about, stuff we're not gonna talk about. We'll just get to it in a bit. But meantime, hey, I'm actually back with manga reviews before it took like 4 months. And as you can see, we're talking about Blue Exorcist here. Yeah, I was curious about this for a while. I've seen it up on the different manga shelves, and I'm like, I wonder how it's gonna be. You know, is it gonna be any good? Who knows? Well, no. And I'm torn on it. The art in the manga, it's good. It's nothing like the fantastical best artwork you've ever seen, but there's some decent art here and there. The writing, it's good. It's nothing great. It's alright. It's very Bleach-esque, is the best way to describe it. I'm getting more and more into actually reading Bleach. Just, I'm needing to get to volume 2 and 3 here in Japan. I actually do have them. I just need to flip through them. Magic jump cut. Sorry. Had to deal with something real quick. But yeah, this thing, it's not bad. Like I said, it's like there is some interesting elements here and there to the story. There is some decent artwork. I'm not saying if it's bad. It's like there's some good, there's some whatever. It's just regular manga artwork. It's not fantastic. It's just a lot of the story, I'm getting a lot of Bleach vibes, for better or worse. Look, like I even said in my Bleach review, I was kind of torn about it. I thought that the first chapter was really forgettable, and the last chapter in the story were but the in-between stuff, setting up the world, I thought was really good. Here, I get a lot of the same things. Those who are wondering about the story, this young gentleman, his name is Rin. He is a orphan, who we learn that his mother and father were dead. I guess the father's dead. I don't know. It's kind of not explained. Though, actually, his father's very much alive, because his father is Satan himself. Though it's less of the actual Christian version of Satan, and more of just, pretty much it seems to be a name that's being used because of the fact that Christians, we think, or more importantly, as Westerners, we think of the most evil of evils as Satan. Because he's trying to create this portal to the human world where it's stuff, it's not exactly as well fleshed out as Bleach, but there is this demon world, for lack of a better way to describe it. Those who have been exposed to demon blood can see them, and then we learn that Ren is half demon. He is the son of Satan, and his mother, of course, though he also has a brother who goes by the name of Yukio. Ironically enough, it sounds like a very feminine kind of name, but well, whatever, you know. I have a cousin named Tracy, and he does fine. So sorry, I got to pick on him a little bit. But yeah, Yukio, he also, later on you learn, he was exposed to demon blood, and he is what is called an exorcist. They fight demons. They're not an exorcist in the normal sense, though they do draw out the demons, so that way they can then fight them and have a big flashy fight. Not quite like the power of Christ will compel you from the original, you know, great exorcist. And that sounds like a good premise, and that's the thing, it is a good premise. Just, I think the big problem with this first volume is it's a lot of setup. Like, it's having to explain about the fact of, you know, that Ren is the son of Satan, and also if he draws a sword, it will, you know, unleash his demonic powers or something like that. I think they really were trying to build that up as like almost like, oh, if he does eventually decide to draw it, it will be a big deal, or he'll finally fully encompass his demon stuff, and is the best way to describe it. All reality, as long as he keeps his emotions kind of in check, he's able to kind of hide his demon nature in a fashion. And even then, he's very much like Bleach. He's your prototypical kind of hero. He's not a bad guy. He's not a good guy. He's not really an anti-hero. He's just kind of a guy who has a bit of an attitude. It's not bad. It's very been there, done that, seen it before, read it somewhere else. So, yeah, and that's the biggest thing I can say. It's like, there is some decent artwork. There's a pretty good world building. Just, I think this first volume, it's just a little, it's just not enough there. There's not enough of an actual plot. And also, the last chapter almost feels kind of tacked on, because it actually explains about Yukio needing to go to this, like, garden thing to get supplies, and them fighting their first demon. It's never, and yeah, sure, it's cool, but it just feels like a random thing just happens to be there. It happens to be in the middle of the story. Well, middle. So, I can't say I hated this. This is nowhere near one of the worst mangas I've ever read. No, trust me, I've read so many worse. It's nowhere near one of the even bottom 10, I would say. I just think it just doesn't do quite enough. I'm gonna read at least a second volume, see if it picks up a little bit. I'm curious to see if it will, and if it'll expand the lore a little bit, and also kind of explain things a bit. I get sort of explained how Satan is Ren's father, but not Yukio's father. It's weird and doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, they kind of explain it, and I'm like, what? You don't know how babies work, do you? So, like I said, I'm going to read the next volume. I'm not going to be rushing out to get it. I will try to get you all another review so that way I can give more of an opinion about it. But this did not sell me on the rest of the series. Unlike with like My Hero Academia or Assassination Classroom or Sailor Moon or Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, like where those really sold me on the entire premise. Or even Overlord, which trust me, I'm getting back to Overlord soon. Those that really sold me into it just right off the bat. Very Naruto and Bleach-esque in the fact that I wasn't sold on it. And it's just more lackluster than anything. There's plenty that could be far worse. So, we'll see. If those who are wondering, should you actually pick this up? Should you actually get into Blue Exorcist? It depends. Those who I think are kind of burnt out on Bleach kind of stuff, pretty much dealing with this like supernatural world and the humans who are having to fight against the evils stuff. Those who are burnt out, I would say no, give it a hard pass, because there's too much similarities at times. But those who are happy to get back into it, especially since Bleach is done, hell, Naruto's done, technically. I know it's now Boruto. And yeah, I know Naruto has nothing to do with demons and shit like that. Well, on a traditional sense, like we think. But if you're wanting to get back into that and you want this, kind of slow, really slow burn kind of story, then I would say get into Blue Exorcist. But even then, I would say it's like there's better stories that are slower burns. I think that would be more worth of your time. So, Blue Exorcist, it's not bad. Just I would have to read another volume to give like a real like deep in depth feelings on everything. Just I'm like, So, hey, it's not the worst thing ever. But hey, I will get back to y'all here in just a few minutes with something that I told you I'm going to get back into. So we'll get into Overlord Volume 2 here in a minute. So until then, I'll see y'all later. So bye bye, everybody.